All right, it's official. Democracy is dead as we know it. New York was the nail in the coffin. 125,000 voter registrations changed just in Brooklyn. And to give you some perspective, there was 250,000 votes approximately cast in that precinct. Today, I was in court filming the Arizona election fraud hearing. We do get a second hearing, and that will be on Monday next week at 9 a.m. I get there early, 8:30 a.m. It's at 200 West Jefferson Street. But that's just part of the solution. We know that voting isn't going to change things right now. This vote has been rigged. The media has rigged it from the get-go. And then the voter irregularities, the voter suppression, the long lines, the voter registration changes, just the list goes on and on and on. This has happened in so many states. Iowa has, experienced some of this. Massachusetts, Wisconsin in a huge way, especially with the long lines. Arizona was a disaster and just a disgrace. And New York topped it. And I feel like it's time for a movement. Democracy Spring sparked it, but this needs to get global. This is a fight against all those in power, whether what side you're on, Democrat or Republican. You think it's just Republicans that are suppressing the vote, you're wrong. Democrats consistently make sure that their primaries are closed. Arizona's closed. Every other thing is open, but Arizona's closed. Both parties voted to keep it closed. There's been plenty of times the bill's been introduced to open our primaries. The parties vote it down because they want to stay in power, and they're funded by a lot of the same people. They have, they get us with, the pro-choice or pro-life argument. They get us on these, these issues that are very important, but when it comes down to it, they agree on big banks. They both take money from fossil fuel industry. They both take money from lobbyists, and they're both corrupt. I mean, they're bought. So it's time to take democracy back, and we need to demand two things, or really one of two things. Either a full revote across the United States with paper ballots. We know that the electronic voting has glitches, some of which may have been designed as glitches, and we know that the more technology that is involved, the more likely software or a bug can be uploaded to manipulate things and report things differently and it not being noticed all that much. So we need to do that, or ask the parties to offer up two candidates apiece. I think the Republicans are split between, crazy on with the comb over, or crazy Mr. Christian, Ted Cruz. So they want those two guys, and then we all know that there's a huge uprising of the youth and of migrants and of those who've been oppressed and those who are awakened, and we are following Bernie Sanders. And then there's a good portion of people that support Hillary Clinton. So why don't you give us four choices this time? So I'm counting on you, New York, to do something big, and I promise you I will do everything to organize in Arizona with all of our great activists here to follow in your footsteps. Please, democracy needs us, and I'm counting on you. One love. Bye all.